Good day everyone, Brayden here coming to you from EPCOT with another construction update. We haven't done one of these in person in a little while. I think I've done some studio news videos talking about the latest in EPCOT. I did a live stream talking about some new updates to what Disney's gonna be doing with that center area that's been a crater for so long. They finally have a concrete plan. We know what's going in there. Today we're actually going to head into the park and see the latest progress. I'm very excited to see it. Memorial Day weekend is upon us and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind will be officially opening. I got to preview it again yesterday. I went on it again and it was really awesome. There's also been a lot of progress going on with the Moana Journey of Water attraction. They're putting in all this rock work. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the center area. They actually took out part of the basement. They like busted through the floor into the basement part of Innoventions West. So needless to say, we have a lot to look at. Let's head into the park and see what's going on. So everybody, here we are inside of EPCOT. It has been really nice out the last couple days here in Florida. Later in the day, you know how it gets. We're getting to that sweltering heat time of the year, but in the mornings, it's been very breezy, nice and warm. It's been awesome. Before we go over and see what's going on with Guardians, we have some news with the virtual queues and everything they're gonna be doing there. First, we have something new over at Guest Relations, which is just past Spaceship Earth off to your left-hand side. And if you recall in the past, Guest Relations here in EPCOT, it featured the country flags. I believe you had photos of Walt in there. Now, Guest Relations has been updated to fit with the new EPCOT aesthetic. It has just opened here, so here's your first look inside the updated Guest Relations here at EPCOT. Now, there's been a lot of commentary about this online. A lot of people are pointing out that it definitely has that modern, very sparse sort of look. It's also a bit different aesthetically from the rest of the building, where of course also in the same building Guest Relations is in, you also have the Connections Cafe, the Connections Eatery, and the Creation Shop. My favorite part of the new EPCOT aesthetic has to be, you have the EPCOT logo back, and of course that new font, which is just awesome, which is featured on the new Guest Relations, that new signage. The Braille map looks really nice as well. Let me know what you guys think about how this turned out. It's definitely very sparse, very modern, but here I actually think it works. For what this is, I think they ended up doing a pretty good job here. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Right next to Guest Relations, you can see they're doing construction here on this new access stairwell so personnel can get on top of this building, on top of the former Innoventions East building. They've been extending that column there. It's always been there, but now it's a level higher, so the stairwell goes up to the top. They are working on theming that now, putting in the facade. I believe this is the last bit of construction we still have on this side of Innoventions. On the other side, of course, we'll get to it in a minute here. Still a lot going on. It's basically just a bunch of dirt. Since our last in-person EPCOT Overhaul construction update, they've opened up the Connections Cafe you're seeing here, as well as on the other side over here, you have the Connections Eatery. I recently did the Connections Eatery. I had the French Bistro burger. It was all right, you know, it's a Disney burger. You know how that is. Right now you can see everybody getting their morning cup of joe. Little do they know that they are standing on Progress City, or at least like the layout of it. Also in here you can see we have these exhibition demonstration kitchens where they're making all the food. Pretty cool. So everybody, getting to the news. Outside here, we're exiting the Connections Eatery. Next door, we have Guardians of the Galaxy over here. It's about to open May 27th, a big deal. All around this area, Disney's been repainting stuff to fit with this new red theme for the new World Discovery land name nomenclature you have here in EPCOT. Most recently, they repainted the Joffrey's coffee stand over here. If you recall, it used to have that blue and gold look. Now it has this red, white, and gray look to it, and I think they've been doing a little work on this every day, because yesterday I was here and the columns were still gold. Now they are gray. It's all coming together here, getting World Discovery ready to go here for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind opening May 27th. Now the news here at Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is that when it opens on May 27th, there will be a virtual queue. The virtual queue is now available. Like you can see the module inside of the My Disney Experience app, and there it tells you that the virtual queue will open at 7 a.m. And you know this is going to be gone in literally a second. So this is something where you need to be in the app, refreshing. It hits 7, you got to hit that button, and I'm sure even if you hit it like as soon as it becomes 7 a.m., you'll probably be in one of the later groups, because it's going to fill up very fast. It's going to be a packed day here in EPCOT on that day. I do not plan on being there on Memorial Day. So Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, I've already told you guys my thoughts in our last video where I reviewed it. A lot of you guys are going to love it. I think most of you are going to love it. If you're someone who doesn't like more more extreme coasters, this might not be for you, but for most people, this is gonna be pretty good. It's a little bit more extreme than a family coaster, but it's not anything too crazy. And I've been running into a lot of viewers the last couple days here in the parks, and they've been asking me about it, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome. So definitely some exciting days over here at Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Moving next door, here we have the Play Pavilion. And the news here at the Play Pavilion is that there has been no news. So earlier this month, Disney announced what they're gonna be doing with the rest of the EPCOT overhaul. Previously, we knew that Disney wasn't gonna be doing that elevated building anymore. There was really a question mark of what they were doing with that center area. Now we know they are doing an EPCOT logo planter in the center. There's also going to be this building that is going to be called Communicore Hall and Plaza. So they're sort of like rebuilding part of Innoventions West effectively. They never said anything about the Play Pavilion, which is odd because we know that what the Play Pavilion was supposed to be mainly was a new spot for character meet and greets, which used to always be in the Innoventions buildings, as you might recall. So the fact that they didn't mention that, and then they said that the new Communicore Hall building is going to have a Mickey and Friends meet and greet, it kind of says, you know, this building, it might be on hold for the duration. This project, it might not be coming back. This building might just be sitting here. The poor Wonders of Life, you know, just beyond reach. It's funny, if you actually look in the aerial photos from BioReconstruct, you can see they built a planter like right over the former Wonders of Life pathway. So it's just totally blocked off, sitting back there all alone. Quite sad. Hopefully we see the Wonders of Life Pavilion get some love. I thought the Play Pavilion idea wasn't too bad. It's definitely not what I would do with that pavilion. I think that it should be more than just for meet and greets and, you know, little interactive exhibits and things of that nature, but having a permanent spot for those meet and greets for families to do that sort of stuff and to also have all sorts of interactive exhibits in there sounded pretty cool. And of course, the other perk you have with the gold dome is that it's a dome, so they can make it into a projection dome where it can look like, you know, you're in any sort of environment that Imagineering wants to come up with. They really got to do something with that space. It deserves it. Over here you can see they are doing construction right now. We have an excavator moving around. Let's head over there to the Imagination Pavilion and take a look into this middle area. So everyone, here we are up here with the leaping fountains, the monorail going by. Such a beautiful spot, a beautiful day here in Epcot. Taking a look into the center area, as I said, so Disney's announced this new building going where that elevated festival building was supposed to go that ended up getting canceled, and the new building is called Communicore Hall and Plaza. So the plaza part is where you're going to have all sorts of different festival events, you know, musical performances, things of that nature. And then the enclosed part, the Communicore Hall part, Disney says is going to be the first building here in Epcot purpose-built for festivals. So what it is going to be is an exhibition space for all sorts of art and things of this nature during the festivals, which now of course are the entire year. Epcot is all about the festivals these days. So that's what's going on with that area, and taking a look at it here in the middle, the current work that's going on. So they never actually truly demolished Innoventions West. What they did is they raised it, so they took off the parts that are above the ground. The part below, the tunnels underneath, that's all still there. So the subfloor, the basement, where they control utilities and all of that, that's still underneath. That's still been there this whole time. It's just the above ground portion that they removed. And I think Disney's regretting that about now, because now they're going back in and essentially rebuilding part of it. Of course, it's a different style than what we had before. They're going with more of this boxy sort of look. But as part of the preparation for this new building, what they've done now is they've actually ripped apart part of the ceiling of that underground portion of Innoventions West. Of course, it's not really underground. There is no underground here in Florida. The water table's so high. It's really the first level of the park is where that structure actually is, under the ground there. So the reason I bring that up is that explains why right now there's all this dirt and all this concrete, these chunks of concrete and everything in the center area. It's because they are doing work below where the footprint of this new Communicore building is going to go. Moving into the center area, the middle of the crater, that is where there are going to be these new Epcot gardens, which all surround this giant Epcot logo, which is going to be the central planter where people will take their photos for the various festivals. Right now you have that planter at the port of entry where they put all the festival signage. They're going to put that stuff in the middle of the park now. The whole park is going to be about the festivals, and that's where that stuff is going to go, in that center planter. I really wish we would have gotten a fountain there, an Epcot logo fountain, which is an idea that I've had for many years, and I really wish that they would do that, because we deserve a water feature in that center area there, replacing the Fountain of Nations. The Fountain of Nations was so awesome. I was on Soarin' with a viewer yesterday, and you know, you fly right over and it's like, dang it, man, you know, now it's just a bunch of dirt. And then it's going to become a planter winter here. So that's the latest progress on the newly announced areas in the middle of the crater. The other part of the crater, which you've known about for a long time, of course, is Moana Journey of Water. Now, this is the most exciting part of this EPCOT overhaul right now. It's where we're seeing the most progress, because over the last month, the last 2 months, the last few months, Disney has been going crazy over at Moana Journey of Water. There have been tons of crews on site, tons of work going on. Right now, they are putting in the rockwork, the structures that you'll have, this expansive area where you're gonna have winding walkways, and there's gonna be all sorts of water features, an opportunity to escape from all the concrete pathways that are uncovered here in EPCOT, where you're gonna have foliage, and you're gonna have all these fountains going. I think that the Moana Journey of Water area is gonna be really cool. It's a little interesting how they tacked on the Moana theme, but I believe this is a project that predates the Moana movie, the Moana theme. This is something that Imagineering has been wanting to do for a long time, and it looks like it's coming together here quite quickly. I wouldn't say that we're gonna get Moana Journey of Water this year, but it's definitely coming. It is coming together quite quickly here, and I'll keep you up to date on the latest going on there. So that's the latest here in EPCOT, guys. I hope you are doing well. I've really enjoyed my time here in EPCOT. It's been so beautiful out. A little breezy though, so that's always a little iffy with the vlog audio, so I hope it was all right. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe with those notifications on. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with you here soon, taking a look at what's going on over at the Magic Kingdom with the latest progress on Tron. We have some news there as well. Very exciting. I hope you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend, live from outside of the Imagination Pavilion here in EPCOT. This is Brayden. Thank you so much for watching. Have a magical day.